Hello everyone, today we are at one of those places in New York where the city energy is always on full display. Yes, Union Square it is, right in the heart of Manhattan. You've got this open plaza surrounded by busy streets where subway entrances breathe people in and out every few seconds. The park itself is the green pause in the middle of the city with benches filled with people watching the world go by. Union Square isn't quiet or polished, it's real, little chaotic and constantly changing. And what defines this place is the crowd. The chess players, locals on their lunch break, activists, skaters, musicians, street performers all share the same place. There's almost always something happening. After watching this man deliver speech to the imaginary audience, a friend took us to show where she studied acting. One of the most iconic acting schools, Lee Strasberg Theatre and Film Institute. This is where method acting was developed. The same technique used by legends like Marilyn Monroe, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro and many more. Here I'm taking full 360-degree view of this part of the city. In front is the Barnes & Noble, city's favorite bookstore. All around you'll see the everyday rhythm. People walking with coffees, friends meeting up, conversation blending into city noise. No matter which direction you look, there's movement, character and a sense of curiosity in the air. This city isn't just about the buildings and speed. It's also about ideas, history and freedom of speech. It's a place for voices to be heard, protests, conversations and change. So Mahatma Gandhi's statue being here feels symbolic, like the message still lives on. As I walk south from Union Square to the Washington Square Park, the streets slowly begin to change. The tall buildings step back and the sidewalks feel calmer. The streets are narrower and buildings warmer. This walk feels like traveling through different moods of New York. That's why walking is the best way to experience this city. And then the city opens up again. Washington Square Park. This is another lively spot in the New York City. That's the iconic Washington Square Arch that you see in front, one of the most recognizable landmarks in New York. It was built in 1892 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of George Washington becoming president. It was originally made of wood. The marble version came later. As you can see, this park is always full of life. It's especially popular with New York University students, since the university surrounds it. That's why it feels young, energetic and alive. Students, artists, musicians and tourists all come together. With the fountain, the street performances and the classic New York City backdrop, this place perfectly captures the spirit of New York. It's the kind of place where you lose track of time. The area is centered in Greenwich Village, so instead of a closed-off campus, the university blends right into the city. You'll hear multiple languages, people dressed in everything from casual student wear to high fashion. The place feels a strong sense of openness and individuality. You'll see academic buildings mixed with cafes, bookstores and small shops. The streets are busy but not overwhelmingly so, with a steady flow of students, professors and locals. Here we are at the 8th Street, New York University subway station. We had walked toward each side of the Washington Square Park to reach here. Inside the station, we followed the signs for downtown train toward Brooklyn. We stayed in the train for 2 stops. We passed 14th Street, Union Square and got off at 23rd Street. Once outside, we walked north toward 23rd Street and 5th Avenue. A short walk and we saw the Flatiron Building, also known as the Iron Building, at the intersection of the 5th Avenue and Broadway. While we walk toward this iconic building, let me share some interesting facts about it. The building is famous for its unique triangular shape. When it was completed in 1902, people thought it looked strange. But today, it's one of the most photographed buildings in the city. It's 22 stories tall and was one of the first steel-framed skyscrapers in New York. And here I'm standing in front of the Flatiron Building, and you'll notice there's scaffolding wrapped around the building right now. It's part of the ongoing restoration work to preserve this historic structure. Here I'm walking through Midtown Manhattan and I came across this striking structure, this large web-like installation made of dark metal rings. Stretching and twisting through the space, it looks like a chain or net suspended in motion, and it contrasts sharply with the tall office buildings glowing behind it. When you move around it, the shapes shift and overlap, making it look different from every angle. This is how art and architecture blend into everyday life in New York. Then we walked further and tried some delicacies at the Carlos Bake Shop. From there, we walk north to the Times Square. The city feels alive at night. One can feel the energy building with every block. The streets get brighter, louder, and more crowded. Neon lights start to take over. Taxis line the avenues, and massive screen glows above everything. The lights are unreal, huge billboards flashing non-stop, music playing, performers on the street, tourists everywhere. Even late at night, the city doesn't slow down. This is New York at night. Busy, bright, a little chaotic, and completely unforgettable. Okay, so we'll call it a day today, but the trip to the New York isn't over yet. We'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.